A departure under the cover of darkness, and decoy flares gave way to pyrotechnics of a different kind. The celebratory fire of thousands of Taliban across Kabul, announcing the victorious end to their war. And with the liberation of those last square meters of the airport, the new masters have taken control. Today they led their own special units onto the tarmac for a photo op and symbolic declaration of victory in their long struggle.
There was no need for war. Unfortunately, the US officials used arrogance at the time. They did not consider the outcome of their work, and the result was that now they are defeated, and the Afghan people won the battlefield and liberated their country.
The Americans attempted to disable dozens of aircraft before they left, so many of those being inspected today by the victors are non-operational. But there's a bigger question about whether the humbling of US forces could cause a new wave of jihad to take flight.
It certainly is an emotional time for a number of jihadists, and in that sense, it is rhetorical. But there is this possibility that it can go beyond rhetoric. And in fact, in 2021 in June, the United Nations issued a report that stated that there were approximately 10,000 foreign fighters already in Afghanistan. And by recent reports, it does seem over the last few weeks, there has been an influx of foreign terror fighters going into Afghanistan.
A drone strike at the weekend can be seen as a warning in more ways than one. It was accompanied by the Americans saying there'd be more over-the-horizon strikes if the Taliban don't contain the more militant jihadists. But in killing several members of the same family by accident, it shows how good intelligence is likely to be hard to come by post-withdrawal.
When we know that we have caused innocent life to be lost in the conduct of our operations, we're transparent about it.
So would the UK join strikes in the future against ISIS-K or similar extremist groups?
We of course retain the right to exercise self-defence, and that includes in relation to terrorist attacks from terrorist organisations.
As if to underline the threat, Reaper drones have been seen over Kabul lately. But striking again would be hard for lots of political and military reasons. For the UK, with its slender means, even more so.
The question is rather can be sustainable. What is the kind of operational objectives that we're looking at? And are these operational objectives compatible with the type of military tools available to a country like the UK? The ability to sustain air campaigns, targeted air campaigns against targets that are elusive as terrorist organizations can be, obviously comes with a number of questions.
And with the UK and US having evacuated, for now at least, their embassies, the messaging to the Taliban will emphasise what they need to do to get international cooperation, but in the knowledge that America's ability to mount counter-terrorist operations there is drastically diminished.
The Taliban wants to be recognized by governments across the globe as a legitimate government. Nobody's going to do that, with perhaps very few exceptions, unless they actually take concrete steps to do a few things as it relates to countering dangerous groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda. So there are challenges, though. You're right, Mark, in the context of intelligence collection. The United States is not going to have the same kind of human intelligence resources, and they're not going to be able to tap into those resources that they had previously because we're not going to have as many intelligence officers on the ground cultivating sources. That's just not going to happen. It's too dangerous there right now.
A stillness has settled on Kabul now. For all the talk of striking hard at terrorism, the ability to do so is very much reduced. And whether or not the US trusts the Taliban in walking away from Afghanistan, the president is putting his faith in diplomatic engagement.